Hey friends, I am, of course, my Super Saiyan God, and if you take one glance at my channel or at my blogs, you'll know that I am obsessed with collectibles, particularly my beloved Dragon Ball and Persona 4 figures and such. I occasionally get comments from people who would like to start or grow their own collections, but feel they're unable to afford to do so, and I want to encourage you all to live the dream! I live in Orange County, California, one of the most expensive parts of the USA, and I work an entry-level job part-time. So if I can collect, then so can you. Before I get into my methods, I'm going to show you quick proof that this works. Here are my most recent collectible purchases. Notice the cost of the item versus the amount I actually paid. 0. Anyway, these are the 3 methods that I've used to procure over 90% of my collection for free. Trick number 1, credit card rewards. I know that credit cards are a controversial subject, but they're actually something that I recommend for everyone to get started using ASAP. As long as you pay your balance each month, they won't get you into debt or charge you interest, and they'll build your credit score. And more importantly for this video, they give you free money. Yep, I said free money. I have 2 credit cards that I use for pretty much all of my purchases. I treat it like cash and only spend money on them that I actually have in my bank account, so I can pay them off in full each month. I use them for unavoidable expenses such as groceries, gas, my phone bill, and health insurance. Each month when I get my statement, I get a percentage of what I spend as rewards that I can use either for statement credit, exchange it for gift cards, or I can use it directly to buy items on Amazon. So for example, my health insurance and phone bill. 2 expenses I have to pay each month no matter what. Cost me a little over $200 combined. I pay them with a card that gives me 1% cash back. So from those I get $2 every month, or $24 a year. So that money I'd have to spend anyway gives me enough back to buy a decent figure or statue. My grocery bill each month is around $50. I know most people spend a lot more than that, but I'm thrifty as heck. Think extreme couponing, except with less coupons. But even with my 50, that's 50 cents a month, $6 a year. That'll buy a tiny figure. But my credit cards have rotating categories to where I get 5% back. So for part of the year, I'm getting 5% back on my groceries, or $2.50 a month for free. My insurance on my bike is $450 a year. That's $4.50 for free. See how this adds up? On top of that, a lot of credit cards give you a bonus when you open an account with them. My Discover card gave me $50. That'll buy a video game or an SH Figure Arts or something. And if you're willing to look around a bit, there are cards that'll give you a higher percentage back. The cards that I personally use primarily are the Chase Freedom card, which is 1% back with 5% categories that change 4 times a year, and the Chase Amazon credit card, which is 1% back with 3% back through Amazon. I don't recommend Discover even though I mentioned them earlier. The card that I have through them has an overly convoluted and difficult to understand rewards program where you only get a fraction of a percent unless you hit a certain spending threshold. Also, avoid cards that charge an annual fee. They aren't worth it. But if you get one for whatever reason, call customer service and ask if they'll waive the fee for you. You'll be surprised how many fees you can get waived just by asking nicely. But that's a topic outside the scope of this video. So now that you know how to use the purchases you'll be making anyway on credit cards to get your collectibles for free, let's talk about the second trick. There are a number of websites and apps that'll pay you a little to do various things, most of which really aren't worth it. However, there are a few that I can wholeheartedly recommend. Before I explain, I wanted to add that these websites will pay you for referrals, but I am not going to include my ref link here because I want you guys to know that I'm being honest about my experiences and not just trying to make a quick buck off of you. Anyone posting referral links in my comments will have the comment removed, so don't even think about it. The first website I recommend is Microsoft Rewards. Basically, you use a not-so-great search engine Bing, and Microsoft gives you money. I love this because I can quickly click through my daily searches in less than a minute each day, then quickly click through the day's additional offers and make $5 or $10 a month this way. I have them pay me with Amazon gift cards. If you have questions about the specifics, leave a comment and I'll be happy to answer them, but if you go into Bing and click that box in the upper right corner to sign up, it's all pretty self-explanatory. The second website that I recommend is Swagbucks. Yeah, the name is really stupid, but don't let that stop you from trying it. Now, Swagbucks is my big earner that pays for the majority of my collectibles. While it varies from day to day, it's possible to make $100 a month on there. I could make an entire video on this site, but this video is getting long enough, so to keep things brief, you do surveys, watch ads, sign up for stuff, standard GPT site type stuff. I recommend keeping an eye on the subreddit for Swagbucks if you use this site, as it can help steer you to the best offers and warn you about the ones that don't credit. This site can be extremely frustrating. If you've done online surveys before, you know you'll be disqualified for a lot of them. Some of the offers won't credit even if you follow instructions perfectly, and a lot of offers will harvest your info for spam. So be careful not to put your address, email, or phone number in on anything unless you want to be prepared for the potential barrage of junk. Also, some offers will take you to websites with malware, which is another reason I recommend keeping an eye on the Swagbucks subreddit, as it'll help you steer clear from some of them. So with all of that said, why do I still recommend this site? Well, with a good antivirus program on your computer, a little patience and some free time and careful judgment, you really can make enough on there to be worth the frustration. And you can cash out to PayPal, Amazon gift cards, or a ton of other methods. So there are very few limits on what you can buy with the money from here. Now, if you're interested in other GPT sites and similar things, I recommend checking out the subreddit Beer Money. And with all that out of the way, what's the third trick to getting free collectibles? It's very simple. You just tell everyone you know that you're a collector and bam! Your birthday? Figures! The holidays? Plushies! You pet sit for your neighbor and they want to thank you for it? Wall scrolls! You saved a stranger's life? Autographed cast photo from your favorite show! No, seriously, it's obvious because it works. Okay, that was way longer than I meant it to be. If you watch the whole thing, you're a champ. Feel free to ask any questions you have, and I'll be happy to help as best I can. If you have any ideas and suggestions for other ways to get the goods without having to spend real money, please let me know. So if you love getting things for free, click the like button. If you hate it when someone gives you the exact collectible that you've been dreaming of, click the dislike button. And for more of my own collection, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and like magic, my Dragon Ball, Persona, and other anime and video game collections will appear on your YouTube. Happy collecting!